Lady and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you what I think is the most Volvo of Volvos, the 2019 XC40. I'll explain to you what I'm trying to say a little bit later. In fact, I'm going to bring up a lot of points once I get behind the wheel because it's a good place to be. Base price for the Momentum starts at $39,750 with the T4 engine. If you move on up to the R Design, you're looking at a base price of $45,650, and my tester, which is an Inscription, starts at $48,200. I'm not sure really what I can say about the styling other than it looks absolutely amazing. It's so distinct, so different enough from the XC60 and XC90 that it's doing its own thing. In my mind, it's like the new Volvo 240. It really stands on its own as a distinct, unique, and ultra cool little product. And I'm saying that and keeping in mind at the same time that I am a die-hard Volvo wagon fan, but this thing, there's just something about the XC40. Love the snub nose, I love the cutout for the hood. Everything about this is so cool. Anyway, so my Inscription tester has almost absolutely all the options. One of them is the exterior styling kit, which includes this very cool brushed aluminum trim on the outside, which has to be real because it feels like it's real. Not that I really know what I'm talking about, but it is such a lovely touch. And although I hate black, it really works with the black. The 19-inch wheels are optional as well over the 18s. You can get 20s, but I wouldn't. Oxide red leather interior. Wait till I show you that. It's got the Premium and Premium Plus packages, extra safety features, power tailgate, and a few other things. It's got the very important 4C chassis. I'll tell you more about that in a few moments. And there's another option. So you see T5, you see Inscription, you see all-wheel drive, and oh, it's Polestar engineered for a grand total of $58,140. That's a lot of money for a little SUV, but this is a lot of SUV for the money. So here's your power hatch in action, which is very, very quick. I love that. So according to Volvo, this is 460 liters of trunk space, but it seems like a heck of a lot more than that. A lot of manufacturers would say, oh, it's almost 700 liters, but this is 460 according to Volvo. And you have a lot of storage under the floor here. Some very typical grocery bag holding get-ups with the little hooks. Volvo thinks of these things. I absolutely love it. All right. So the back seat, there's the oxide red leather. It's just gorgeous. It's like a terracotta with character, and this is real leather. It's so plush and thick you can pinch it. I'm gushing. I seriously am. Look at this. Okay, so my driving position, the lovely dash. The leg room is nuts. The elbow room is completely nuts. Same with the headroom, despite the massive sunroof stupidity. And if you had to, like if I scooched over an inch with the baby seat, you could fit 3 across. That's completely nuts. This thing with the Inscription, you have the rear heated seats. Very, very cool vents. Yeah, speaking of cool, that is absolutely cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do SUVs, never bought one, but somehow this one, yeah, and the seats are as comfortable as they look. As always in a Volvo, the lower seat cushion is adjustable, and you have a power lumbar. Arm and Garden is included with the Inscription. So let's start her up. So this is an Inscription, so it's got the crystal shifter, but because there's no room in the console for that I hate thing that Volvo does, it's got a regular start-stop button. Yay! Now here's your big Volvo screen, which can make you swear or it can make you scream with happiness. Because when it's done loading, eventually, it can work quite well. I mean, I won't go over all the menus, but it really works like a tablet, as I've said countless times. One way or the other. Everything usually works properly. Sometimes it freezes, sometimes it takes a long time to load, sometimes it's a little iffy at best. but it looks so good. You do have to get used to how the system is configured if you want to work the climate, because there are no redundant controls other than the defrost front and rear, and 3 audio control buttons. There's your drive mode selector button. That's it. But yeah, gauges are fully digital and are quite lovely. Steering wheel is nice. Steering wheel controls are fairly straightforward, but they look good. I suppose that's what's important. Storage is very decent down here. There's your wireless charger. Cup holders. This is a cool little thing. It's a trash bin. I don't know how you get all the dirty stuff out of. Oh yeah, it's true. It comes out. Now I remember. Storage is decent. Door bins are enormous. Look at this. The almost full width of the door. There's one, oh yeah, and this is the driftwood inlay. It feels so lovely, and it's beautiful, except for, I don't know, whoever, the guy that was responsible for this part kind of didn't cut it out right on this side, because on this side it's actually perfect, completely perfect. I'm really nitpicking, only because I really like this little vehicle. Anyhow, but where I really like it is on the road. And so let's take it for a spin, and I think you'll understand why I'm quite excited for this vehicle. Now, as to why the Volvo XC40 is the most Volvo of Volvos, I have to explain that, obviously. Volvos in my mind, and I've had a few in my family, I've owned one, and I've driven a bunch. It's never about opulence or excess. It's about comfort, well-being. You know, it's like the thinking person's luxury car. And Volvo is working really hard to be more than that, to be that uber luxury vehicle and tackle a Mercedes-Benz and even Jaguar and all the other ones. And I find that the more expensive the Volvo is, the bigger the Volvo is, the more it's supposed to blow your mind, the more I'm disappointed in the vehicle. So that's why this, the XC40, the most affordable, attainable Volvo you can buy, feels the best. Granted, my tester has all the options, or just about, which do play an important role in how it behaves. There is one element that plays, well, 2 in fact, but one is more important than the other. One element that plays a huge role in that, and it's Volvo's 4C chassis control, which includes adaptive dampers, which are controlled through the drive modes. It's only $1,000 option. You have to take that. If it's available in trim you're looking at, you got to do it. It gives, or it combined with a transverse mounted leaf spring in the back, a level of comfort, refinement, well-being, that important thing on this XC40 that I have not found on none of the 90s, XC90, V90, S90, only kind of found in the XC60 and the V60s, but this thing, it owns it. It could actually teach the entire 90s some lessons in behavior on how a Volvo is supposed to ride and drive. The other element, which goes hand in hand with my T5, which is standard with the R design and the inscription, is the second power chain option with the momentum, as you can start with a 187 horsepower T4 version. T5 is a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, puts out 248 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. All that torque comes in at 1800 RPM. But yeah, the other element, Polestar engineered. This is about a $1,500 option, and all in this, right? Which only gives you about 3 or 5 extra horsepower, so that's no big deal. But the torque jumps up to 295 pounds. Not all of it is available at 1800 RPM. However, 258 pound-feet of torque, give or take, are still available as of 1800 RPM. Which then means that once you get into the mid-range, because I think the 295 torques arrive around 3000 RPM, this thing is incredibly responsive. It's surprising. I'm still in my comfort drive mode. It's pulling. Well, I'm going way over the speed limit. Not a good idea. It pulls really hard, and the transmission just drops the gears. It's completely beautiful. I'll change my mind. Wow. The first 17 times I got behind the wheel of this thing, I was, well, what's going on? So much power. It's not an enormous amount of power, but it's just plenty enough power to have fun, and it doesn't really affect fuel consumption. Brakes are great. Steering's nice. Got a little bit of tiny dose of jelly with the on-center feel, but otherwise the assistance is beautifully dosed, very light, and of all the drive modes, comfort is, it says everyday use. It truly is everyday use. I've used dynamic once or twice, off-road, and eco, no. Anyway, this thing is so good. Okay, like last year I participated in a big comparison test, in which, if memory serves, there was an X2, an X1, a Countryman, yeah, a lot of BMWs, a GLA, a QX30, and I might be missing one. Oh, Jaguar E-Pace, which was brand new also at the time. This thing crushed them all. Everyone, when we walked away from this test, we were like, Volvo? Really? And I would go so far as to add the Lexus NX, and more than that, if you, with the 4C, I would go so far as to say that the quality of the drive, the luxurious, the beautiful texture, the comfort, is on par with Q5, GLC, maybe even Lexus RX. What am I missing? It's this road right now that I'm on is total garbage, but it's so nice in here. I mean, the camera's shaking, the phone's shaking, but it's so comfortable and serene in here. Yes, my tester specifically is a little pricey, but you remove a few of those premium packages, whatever. I love the power hatch, you can do without, and all these other safety features. Knock $5,000-$6,000 off of it, and you have yourself a very premium, very reasonably priced, very good driving, compact luxury crossover. It was the best last year. It remains the best this year. Absolutely. Hands down.